Good morning. Hello, YouTube friends. Okay, it's time to choose my summer journal. I have a bunch of stuff here because I want to walk you through kind of my process, and it has been a struggle this month. So most of you know I tend to work in seasons. So my summer journal would cover June, July, August. My spring journal, typically June, July, August, then fall is September, October, November, winter, December, January, February, spring, March, April, May. I've been doing morning pages. I've been going through The Artist's Way again. So my spring journal, I ended up finishing early. So this is the journal I just finished. And let me just move this to the side. This is a Midori MD. Yes, a Midori MD notebook that Wabi Sabi Stationers did the cover for me. It was a collaboration. I will try to put that video down below. I just now got around to using it. I love the cover. It's gorgeous. The actual notebook was not my favorite. I do love the buttery paper. Like, I love how smooth the paper is, but so far this year, I probably should do a video on my favorite journal this year, but we're just gonna do a spoiler. My favorite journal this year so far has been the Odyssey Cosmo Air Light Odyssey notebook. Not buying any journals this year. So it was very hard for me to choose what journal I wanted to use for summer because none of them really like jumped out at me. I really just wanted to go on Odyssey's website and order like the entire Cosmo Air Greek collection because I still, when I go upstairs to my journal bag, I just want to touch it. I just want to pull it out and play with it and like read what I wrote. But I finished a journal and it's time to pick one for June, July, and August. I have 2 big trips coming in July. Is that the only trip that we have this summer? And then like little ones probably in between. I struggled with, do I go with an A5? Because typically I use one of 2 sizes. Typically, I realize my favorites are either the A5 or the composition notebook size. And normally I go back and forth. So I started winter in the Odyssey Cosmo Air Light A5. Then for spring, I was in a composition notebook, ran out of it early, moved into an A5. So I'm like, it just makes sense to move back into a composition notebook. So I was struggling. So this is I'm like all over the place. This is going to be my summer journal picks. I'm going to share my struggle picking a journal and why I chose the journal that I did. I am also going to share another journal that I'm starting. I'm just grabbing out some stuff here. Okay. So, and we're going to set it up together. All right. So here, these were the 2 that I was really struggling between. This is the Classic Surfboards from Michael Rogers. This is the Decomposition Notebook. I debated, and even now I'm like, do I want to pick this one? I was between this, which I already have, and then I was between this moleskin, soft cover, extra large. You know, I'm just gonna have to feel the paper because that's just what I do. So let's feel, and it is blank. Plain. So we're gonna feel that paper and then feel they both feel soft. I'd say the moleskin's probably softer. You have the white with the comp book, the cream with the moleskin. I've had this thing sitting in my cabinet for forever and I have never used this size this size moleskin ever for journaling. I use the smaller like Cahiers notebooks this size for visioning. But this is what I'm gonna use for summer, and here's why I chose this over this. So with this notebook, I typically, you guys know I love using up my stuff. And this one I chose 2 different pens and used it throughout. I did not use any fountain pens in this entire month, honestly, no fountain pens. So I decided that I wanted to pull out my fountain pens again, and that's why I'm going with the moleskin over the decomposition notebook, because if you saw my all about composition notebooks video, I'll try to remember to put these down below. Decomposition notebooks are not fountain pen friendly. They do bleed, and knowing that, here's the 2 pens I've chosen for June, knowing that I chose these, this is one of my favorites. This is the, oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget. It's the E25S is what I wanna say. The Pilot E25S, but I could be wrong. One of my favorite fountain pens ever. And then I am using this Twisby, which is another favorite. I use this in my Hobonichi. That's been what I've been using most lately in my Hobonichi. This has black ink and this has sepia, as I'm dropping everything. So knowing that I wanted to use these, that's what made me pick this. And I've never used it before. I'm kind of nervous, to be honest, but also I know that I'm gonna do trips. So I know that I want to sticker up the cover based on what I find, because that's how I do my covers. I don't pre-decorate my covers typically, unless someone else did it for me, like this. And like my spring composition notebook, Ashley decorated it. But typically I will add stickers that find me in the life of that journal. So I do know that there is one sticker coming, because I am a part of Bree's Documented Journey, her Patreon, and she has a sunflower sticker for June. So that will be the first sticker that goes on this, and it does have meaning. I'm getting a sun tarot tattoo in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. A sun tarot tattoo in 2 weeks, and they're incorporating sunflowers. So it just means a lot, and it tells about what's happening this summer. So that will be the first sticker that goes on this. And then as stickers find me, I will add. So looking at the journal, it will show my life in that season based on the stickers that I add to the cover. So this is the journal that I have chosen for summer 2023. I'm very nervous about using it, honestly, because I've never used anything like it before. I'm going to show you one more journal before we set this up for summer, because I'm going to be setting this up different than I normally do with composition notebooks, simply because it's different. But I did want to show you a couple more things. Like, I am going to be using this inside of this cover. It is a Documented Journey. You guys, I mean, I just love Documented Journeys. Work. So this was the wave pattern that she released last summer. Was it last summer? Oh my gosh, that feels like it's been forever ago. And I'm obsessed. She did the waves pattern for me, the vertical pocket. So I will be, the reason that I'm not adding, because you guys know when I do a composition notebook, a lot of times I will add a pen loop to it, but because I'm going to be using this inside of my gorgeous Documented Journey folio with the waves and the ocean, I am not adding the pen loop. But I do have other things I need to do to it first before I throw it in my beautiful cover. Okay, one other journal that I'm using, because we are picking out journals that I've got in my stash, I am grabbing, which is so funny because I know I'm rambling and interrupting myself, but both of these, I've never actually like fully used either of these notebooks, I'm realizing. So this is the first time using an XL for writing for my morning mindset. And this is the first time using an Exceed notebook from Walmart. So I hit a huge milestone in my writing career this month with my 11th book. Oh my gosh, which also comes out in like 2 weeks. My 11th book. And I feel like I'm turning a corner and sitting with some major writing life identity questions. And it's time to create a writing notebook. So this Exceed journal that is dotted, right? 78 GSM heavyweight paper, dotted notebook is going to be my new writer's life identity notebook. So there's a lot of new writing stuff happening, especially this summer, especially with Camp Nano coming up in July. That will be a whole separate video, but I did want to share this because this too is a summer journal pick that's going to go alongside this. So I won't be setting this up today. We're only setting this up, but I had to mention that. Okay, let's set up our summer journal. So if you have a summer journal that you've picked out, go ahead and grab it. And I know not everyone sets up their journals in the same way, so you set yours up however you want. I'm just gonna walk you through how I'm setting mine up. I'm a little behind because, as you know, normally I start June 1st in my summer journal, but I had extra pages in here and was very indecisive over, do I go with this or this? So I won't be going into this until tomorrow, but I'm excited to have it all set up and ready to go. All right, if you guys have seen my other setup videos, you know with composition notebooks, normally I add a folder to the back. I glue the first page to the cover. So as an example, now with these, normally I wouldn't because I just love all this, but I would come in here with tape and tape this down just to reinforce the edges. As you can see with this decomp book, it's already peeling up. A lot of times I'll glue it down or do like glue washi to it. But since this is different, we're gonna see what happens. All right, so I'm not gluing, let's see here. With the moleskin, you have like this intro page. So I'm not gluing that. I will say I started to use this a while back and tore pages out. So if you look at this, especially up in the front, you can tell that pages were torn. So I'm actually gonna glue these two pages together because I don't like the look of that. So we're just gonna start there. And yes, she's making her appearance again. The Scotch Permanent Glue Stick. Favorite glue stick ever. I say this every year. Like, I debate switching and trying other things, but this one just, you know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And this is my favorite glue stick. I order it in bulk, as you guys will see or have seen in all my empties videos. I love it. All right, so that makes me feel better. You can also see that I already, in the back, I don't even know when, but I like tested some stuff. I'm gonna leave that there. Oh, crud, I just realized my markers are over there because I was gonna do different page sections. All right, because we already have the folder in the back, I'm not adding a folder to this. I'm not adding a pen loop because I'm gonna put it in my waves journal. But there are a couple other things. I do want to put, let's just do this since I got my glue stick out. So not decorating the cover because I have Breeze Sunflower coming and I'm going to add whatever comes. But this came to me in May from Kat Riles. I am a part of Kat Riles' Patreon, and she sends a card with, or the tier that I'm in, I get a card each month. And this one really spoke to me, especially for summer. I got the Divine card from her deck, Roots. Is it the Roots and Wings Oracle deck? I feel like that's the name, but I could be wrong. Isn't it stunning? It definitely has a summer vibe for me, especially with things I'm going to be studying. So I'm actually going to put it, where do I want to put it? Do I put it in the actual, yeah, I'm going to put it directly on the first page. And I'm gonna put her note about it and like what it means, because it just really stands out to me. So I'm gonna glue that down right now while you guys are here with me. I have her deck, so a lot of you guys are probably like, why are you gluing the card down? I have a full size of her deck, and I have the mini, and I have the stickers. I love her deck. Her deck is one of my favorites. I'm also gonna glue this. I like to put little reminders, especially when I open my journal, like the vibe I'm going for. I will tell you, one of my favorite things to do in the beginning of a journal, and this you can't do like the day you set it up, but throughout the life of the journal, any compliments that I get or comments on Instagram that just make me light up, I will put in the front of the journal. That way, anytime you open it, you're seeing what people are saying about you, and it just uplifts you so much. So I do plan on doing that. Here, I will probably, I hesitate to pull this. I hate those first pages that are like stuck like this. Sometimes, I've never done this with a moleskin, sometimes you can like pull them. This one's not working very well. All right, so we pulled that. You know what, we're just gonna glue that actually, because I just don't like, that first, like, I don't see why people, like, not all journals have that. So what's that about? All right, we pulled it apart and then we're gonna glue it. There we go, much better. Much, much better. So I have the front, and then on this page is where I will write all of those sweet comments. And then, oh, I just love it, it's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna grab my Posca pens and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Posca pens in hand. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do to prep this journal is in the back, because I always love to work like front to back, back to front. See, I hate these pages. I'm not gonna do anything to this one. Actually, I'm gonna glue it. I'm gonna glue it because it just irritates me. So I'm not neat and tidy with any of my journals, but this is real life. This is what goes through my head. All right, let's just glue that down because I don't like it. All right, so there we have, I know that like you can't see the back of the page, and this is a tester page, but what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use this one as a tester page. So let's put the lid on our glue stick. And let's grab a Posca. First one out, I think this is like a wine color. Red wine. All right, we're gonna put, I'm just gonna write, I'm not neat. I'm just gonna put testing. See, not neat at all. That's gonna be the testing. All right, what else do I want? I wanna put, let's see, yep, okay. Normally they dry pretty fast. And honestly, it's my journal. If it's messy, I'm okay with that. Then I'm gonna put journal thoughts, and I like to like change it up. So I'm gonna do it sideways. Journal thoughts. My journal thoughts, what that means is, because I know the last time I set up a journal, someone asked like what it actually means. When I say journal thoughts, that means the thoughts that I had about this specific journal, the materials that I used in it, the paper quality, the pens, what I liked about the journal, what I didn't. I just like to have a place to put that, and most of the time it works. Or most of the time, like, I find out things about my journaling. Okay, next, and I like to just rotate colors, so I'll just grab, like these are the two I already used, so I just grab and go. Okay, what else do I wanna put? I wanna put winds. And we're gonna do this in the middle, because, you know, I like to shake it up. So winds that happened throughout the life of this journal. All right, I'm gonna put once. Let's put wants on this side, and I'm gonna actually do it here, close to wins. Because like everyone loves a good wish list. Wants on this page, wins on this page. And yes, I do like frequent the backs, and I will randomly scribble things in. I'm actually gonna add, because this can also be prayer spells and answers. Because that can also be the same thing. So wands can actually be like a wish list, but it can also be prayer spells for that life of the journal and answers that happened. Okay, what else do I want to put in the back? I want a place. You know what? I'm gonna actually do this on the very back. On this part, I'm gonna put prompts. Because I love to collect prompts that maybe in that moment that I hear are not things I want to explore in my journal, but to gather them, and I will I will gather them and write them all around to come back to later. Okay, so we have a pretty good start. There will be more things added to the back, but now what we're gonna do, and this is like real life. This is like how I set up my journals. Now we're gonna do some splattering, which I absolutely love. Do I have water in here? Yes, okay, thank goodness. All right, these are my watercolors, Jane Davenport. Sometimes I watercolor splatter. I normally always do my composition notebooks. Again, I've never worked in an extra large moleskin, so we are gonna see. But I just want to walk you through, because I know I get questions a lot about how do you watercolor splatter. Literally, I just splatter paint and close the page. I don't even wait for it to dry. All right, this is my favorite by Jane Davenport. The tin is different. They don't do tins like this anymore. She doesn't do tins like this anymore. My tin is messy right now, but this was the bright palette. And it actually has this has a place for the thing, and then you have the metal tin. I've added different colors in here. Again, very messy. Compared to this one, what is this one? I don't even know. These don't stay in as well. It's very irritating, honestly. Like quality, as a person, I prefer quality. I would pay for quality. These, it's in metal, and I know I can probably take these out. No, because I'm just curious. No, it's an empty tin. These have these metal things on the side. This is plastic, and there's no metal tin thingy. And look, I just sat that down, and it flips and falls out. I really am disappointed in how, that's the same way, plastic. What's up, Jane Davenport? I'm just saying. I am excited to move to getting my own watercolors and putting them in other places, but all right. We have talked way too long. Okay, so here's what I love to do, especially since this is messy. I'm gonna turn a couple. I just squirt the water, and we're just gonna flick. That's literally how it works. And then I'm gonna fold. You see, this is a bunch because it's the same color. So I don't want the same colors super next to each other. So we just keep doing that until I feel sometimes I might I should show you the tin. Add a little more water to that. Sometimes I actually will add little scribbles to my pages. Sometimes I will flip the page and just kind of wipe, because why not? It's messy. My journal is mostly words, so it doesn't really matter. It's messy, and I'm okay with it. All right, see, we're cleaning up that little area. And then what I'll do is I'll choose a different color. Let's just do some blobs. And it turns out so great. All right, so there's a little blue up at the top, so I'm gonna like try to get into some of that bluish green here. We're just gonna flip. All right, I'm not gonna do this the entire notebook on camera, but now I'm gonna pick like a pink and go back through and splatter some pink and then do blue and then like just continue with the colors. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this setup summer journal, what I'm gonna be using this summer video. I have no idea what I'm gonna title this. Until next time, enjoy your wild, sexy lives. Also, let me know what journal you're in for summer. I would love to hear.